Hey guys, so I'm going to show you just a quick little tutorial on how to essentially start your go about doing your research and how to use your research packet as a tool. Okay, so let's pretend like my topic is the history of domesticated dogs or just the history of dogs. Okay, so I've got my packet open, as you can see. Remember that's in my packet it's slide 7, but for you guys this is slide 6. Basically, this is a slide. It's called running search page that you may or may not use. Okay, it's totally up to you. If you need it, use it. If you don't use it. It's a tool that you may or may not use. But basically, let's say you're doing some research. You're not sure yet if this is a source you're going to keep or how you're going to use it, but you know that you might want to come back to it. So, like, you would put information, at least a URL here. Okay. Remember that slide 7 for you guys, 8 for me. This is a slide that you are just going to utilize to copy and paste. If you get information off of a web page, you need to cite it this way. If it comes from a periodical, you need to do it this way. If it comes from, if it's an image found on a website, you do it with this box. And if it's a book, you do it with this box. And then finally, if it's a table or illustration, you do it with this box. Okay, so you're just going to copy and paste from here. Okay, so you need to have at least 3 sources, and you have each source gets 2 green slides. Okay, so I'm going to go and research the history of dogs. So I literally just Googled. That's how I started, history of dogs. Okay, and the first thing that comes up is, first of all, there's about this is like almost 4 billion results. So first of all, my teacher brain is saying, hey, that's a lot of results. You might get kind of lost in that. So I might end up at some point needing to like narrow that down. But I did get some good hits, so I'm just going to see what I find, right? But the first thing I find may not be the first thing I use or anything I use. I have to evaluate. That's the point of part of the point of the research project is learning how to evaluate. And if you think about, guys, what we've been working on for the last couple of months, where you have been, when you summarize, you evaluate what's necessary and what's not. When we do those 1-sentence summaries for each chunk of a text, you are evaluating what's important and what's not. So you've been practicing this, right? You're able to do this. You're prepared. So the first thing is I found one that said, that looks like it has a nice little burb. As originally believed that domesticated wolves appeared. So this looks like it's got good information. Of course, it's ABC News, which I don't really think of. That's more of a general news source, not necessarily one related to animals. So I'm a little on the edge if that's what I'm going to pick. It probably came up first because ABC News is a powerful entity with a lot of money that has like money to make sure their hits come up first. Because of course on Google, it's based on search history, how many times something is searched and used, but also money. So I'm going to keep that in mind. This might be good information, but I wonder if it'd be more useful from somewhere else, right? Okay, so I'm going to just look down, not more useful, but more valid from somewhere else. Okay, so then I'm going to look down. The people also ask, what was the first dog on Earth? I'm not really asking that. To me, that seems like unknowable, but let's see who's saying it, what they got to say. So it's NBC News. So again, another powerful entity that's not super related to specifically to animals. But the nice thing is that there might be other sources inside these sources, like maybe like an expert spoke inside the sources. So I could open them. They might be worth it. Go ahead and read what they said. An international team of scientists have just identified what the world's first known dog was, which is a large and toothy canine. Okay, so now let's hit pause. Let's pretend it's the end of the class period. I just found these sources. Now I got to go. My awesome teacher, Miss Wainwright, saying, pack up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this URL. If I have to go, I'm going to copy the URL. And if I get the title underneath, I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. I'm going to come back into my packet, and I'm going to put this URL on slide 6. And I'm going to go ahead and go back and get this other one too, just in case. Because they both could be good, right? Don't get the picture. It's a waste of your space and time. Struggling here. Although if you just get this URL, I bet you it'll come over. Come on. Oh, look, I clicked it. I probably could have stayed there. Okay. Oh, no, no, I lost it. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay. But do you see how this works? Do you see how this could get frustrating? Especially if you lose something. So yeah, just click on this part, copy and paste it, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do that too. Okay, now let's pretend like class is not ending, or it's the next day, right? I'm back. Okay, I've got these two sources I want to go back to. Click, click. Okay, so beep, boop, bop. Oh, look at that cute dog. Big slobbery dog. Cute but slobbery. Okay. All right. So, history of dogs. This is an web page. So if I do this, it would that would be my title. Okay. So the subtitles. I look back at how our furry four-legged family members became our friends. Okay. So I fast forward. I read this article. Okay. I'm not just going to watch the video. You can if that helps, but read it too. And I have decided that I am going to pull out this quote. Okay, stop video. That's so cute. And you gotta stop. Okay. So let's see. So it was originally believed that the first domesticated wolves appeared around. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and not pull this, because then it says new evidence, however, suggested it was much earlier than that. Swedish geneticist Pontus Skoglund published a study last year in the Journal of Current Biology. So what I might want to do is actually try to go find that Current Biology archive, and I might go try to do that. But describing his findings of a 35-year-old Siberian wolfhound, he concluded that canine domestication. So I'm going to take all of this. Okay. All of this looks important to me, and I'm going to take it back into my packet. Okay. And I have two options here. One, I can put it right here, right next to what I'd already done, and put it in parentheses, just so I know, hey, this comes from here. That's if you want to be super careful. Okay, because the next thing I need to do is like, okay, this looks like it's going to be a good slide. So is the information accurate? Yeah, there's nothing showing me that it's not. So yes. Can the information be verified across multiple sources? Well, I have to go check that, right? I better go check that. So let's go see the other, the other page. So this one right here, world's first dog lived about 31,000 years ago. So that actually right there coincides with my what I just found out from the other site. Sometimes you have to go all the way in, but sometimes you don't. So I'm going to go ahead and say, yes, it can be. Is there bias? No, there's nothing about how stupid cats are, even though, of course we all know that they are. There's nothing like that. Does it answer your question? Yeah, I wanted to know the history of dogs, so this does give me some history of dogs. It doesn't answer my whole question. That's why I'm going to go get more sources, but yes. So passed the test, so now I can say, oh, wait, I said there's no bias. Oops, no bias. So it goes yes, yes, no, yes. It passed my test. Now I can go ahead and answer, right, two QRL type QFT, QRL, QFT type questions and answer them. Okay, so I'm going to, let's see, the first thing I might ask is, what type of dog did he find? And that's what I'm going to ask. Okay, so what type of dog did the researcher find? And then I might add, let's see, how long ago did this dog live? Okay, so now I can go find that. And of course I have to answer it in complete sentences because I'm a big kid. Right, so, okay, so they published describing his findings, of a 35,000-year-old Siberian wolf bone. Okay, oh, so a Siberian wolf. Don't know why I couldn't say that. So, what type of dog did the researcher find? So the researcher, again, I'm restating and answering. The researcher found a Siberian wolf. Okay, and how long ago did the dog live? So it's really a Siberian wolf, but Siberian wolf lived 35,000 years ago. Okay, so now if I want to take that quote, so first of all, I can go write my sub-summary. Okay, so in the text, in the article, you might say, okay, and it's going to be blue. I'm going to start with blue. And if you want, you can even copy and paste this down here and just replace it. So in the what's the name of it? So the name of this is the history of dogs as pets. Okay, so the history of dogs as pets, and I'm going to make sure I get the title correctly. Only of and as are not capitalized, so that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to do quotation marks. The history of dogs as pets. By. Now let's go see if there is an author. There isn't always an author, but there will be probably in this kind. Oh, Lindsay Jacobson. I'm honestly going to copy and paste her name because I do not want to get that wrong. I can fix any editing issues later, like the fact that it's probably not going to end up being purple. I can fix that later, yeah. So I might need to just go. Well, first of all, I needed to completely fix it because they put everything capitalized, and we don't do that. So I can use her name to copy at least. J. Cubson. I'll delete that. So Lindsay Jacobs says I can delete the by. She explains, because it's a technical text, but you can use another verb. And then that dogs were domesticated as pets a lot earlier than previously thought. Okay, that's my sub-summary. Okay, now I already identified a quote I want to use. Okay, and I went ahead and I put it over on slide 6, remember, to save it. So first I need to come to what's your guys' slide 7. This is a web page. So I am going to copy one of these, research card from individual web page. So, boop. Okay, so I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it onto for you guys it's slide, oh wait, I skipped way too far. For you guys it's slide 9, but I'm going to write under my sub-summary. And you'll probably have to move it. Not a big deal. If you need help moving it, just let me know. But you guys are pretty good with your boopy bops, with your copying and pasting abilities. Then I'm going to come back to what is slide 6 for you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and get my quote, right? I can leave it here. I can cut it or copy it, whatever you guys want to do. At this point, I might just leave it because I don't have a ton of information on this page. It's not like it's full. And I'm going to put it right here on this slide. And of course, it is a direct quote, so I'm going to put in quotation marks. The reason there's no quotation marks there is that you conceivably could be just doing a, what is it called? A paraphrase, in which case you wouldn't need quotation marks, right? So, yeah. Okay, so resize it as you need, right? And then I'm going to go ahead and try to get rid of this formatting. Okay, I don't need it to be underlined. Okay, the author's last name, I can just copy that. Now here it needs to be pink, so I'm going to just write it from up above. And then I'm going to write my thinking on this. Okay, well, I think you don't have to start with I think, but you can. It is interesting. Actually, don't start with I think, because that makes it be like, somebody will be like, well, who cares what you think? So it's much more forceful to start it with it. Just start to delete I think. It is interesting. You're stating it like it's a fact, but it's interesting. It is interesting that wolves were domesticated before the first. Okay. All right. So really here in the purple in the my thinking about this detail, you need 1 to 2 sentences. You really don't go beyond 3. Okay, here though I need to write the title of the source. So I'm just gonna go ahead and copy and paste it from here. Okay. Even though really you've got it above, just do it. You'll be fine. Okay, boom. Okay, there you go. You need at least 1 paraphrase or quote from each source. So, but you can have more. So let's say that I want to get more information from here. I can. I just keep putting it down here and putting it down here. And if I run out of space, just you can insert your own slide and just keep going. Okay, so now, if this were really me, I would go back to my research page or my search results and probably go to this NBC article, or I might go and try to find more information from current biology, if I could find it. If you could find current biology, that is the best one to do. But if you can't, you can't, right? You guys are in 6th grade. This is in college and high school would be a little bit different, but this is 6th grade. Okay, I hope that helps. Love you guys. Bye.